Hello everyone, this is Nickredace. Today I'm coming into a brand new series, as you might have seen, Deck Lab. Hope you all liked the intro. Took me a while, might be a bit shit, oh well. Hope you enjoyed it. So, Deck Lab. You might be like, what the hell is Deck Lab? Deck Lab is where I look at and make a deck, I make several decks, and then I show them to you, and then I play them, and I tweak them ever so slightly each time. So, I tweak them. And based on your comments and suggestions and what the forums say, I'll change the decks and then I'll play them again until I get the best possible deck. So, this first episode is going to be on 2 Graydle decks that I've been working on, and I hope you enjoy. Alright, this first Graydle deck out of the 2 is the more focused, featured on only Graydles. All the Graydle supports are in. It's based on just Graydles, getting Graydles out. Graydle Synchro. Enjoy. Due to Graydles being both Aqua and Water monsters, I can use cards such as Salvage, Surface, and Grizzly Mother. Alright? So, Surface allows me to special summon a Graydle from the graveyard. Or at least most of the Graydles, not Slime. And Salvage allows me to recycle all of my Graydle monsters. Actually, all of my monsters, except for Blastsphere. Right. But you might be like, what the hell are Graydles? Graydles are a set of monsters based on taking your opponent's monsters and changing them to your control. For a simpler definition, these are monster versions of Snatch and Steal. Alright, so first off, they all have between 1500 attack and 1500 defense. Graydle Eagle has the most attack, being 1500, but it has 500 defense. By the way, all Graydles are only level 3, except for Slime. Slime is very unique in the Graydle category. Cobra has 1000 attack, 1000 defense, and while Eagle's effect is destroyed by monster effect, I can equip it as well as battle. Cobra says trap or battle. Alligator, having 500 attack and 1500 defense, has it where it's battle or spell. So if someone activates Regeki, you take one of their monsters. Alright? Someone activates Regeki Break on Cobra, you take one of their monsters. Someone activates Scrap Dragon's effect on Eagle, you take one of their monsters. If all their effects activate in the graveyard, which means the only way of stopping them is if you're going against a banished deck, which would suck, or a Gravekeeper deck, because they don't allow you to activate cards in the graveyard. So, let's go. We already know about most of those. Slime has a unique effect. He has 2000 defense. He's also level 5 Water Aqua Tuner, which is required for the Graydle Dragon, which I'll go into in a minute. Graydle Slime has the effect where you can target 2 Graydle cards on the field, destroy them, and special summon him from the hand or graveyard, and by doing so, you can special summon a Graydle monster in defense position. This can pull out a few plays. If your opponent's not attacking, you can use his effect, get rid of an Eagle. Since Eagle's destroyed by a monster effect, take an opponent's monster. So, you get him out, and usually by using this effect, you can go instantly into a Graydle Dragon. So, that's good there. Alright, so let's go into the support. I'm going to start off with the most useful support in this deck, being Graydle Impact. You can only use one of the effects once per turn. There's 2 effects. So, Graydle Impact's first effect is best used with Alligator. See, as Alligator says, if it's destroyed by spell or battle effect, you can destroy Graydle Alligator using Impact's effect to give you a +2 by destroying one card your opponent controls and then taking one monster he controls. It's a very useful card. So the second effect is what you're going to be using if you don't have Alligator most of the time, and it gives you any one Graydle card from your deck to your hand, which is very useful. I usually go to get another Graydle Impact in case my opponent MSTs it next turn. I have it. The next card is a Trap. It's not continuous, it's just regular Trap, and it's called Graydle Split. Now this one is more of a combo card, or an enhancement card. Combo card meaning if you activate it, you can get into Graydle Dragon that turn, and enhancement card as in it gives 500 attack. So target one face-up monster you control and equip it to that monster, and that monster gains 500 attack. That's its first effect. Its second effect, which is optional, during your main phase, blah blah blah, you can send this card to the graveyard and destroy the equipped monster, which means if you attach it to Cobra and you activate its effect, you destroy Cobra, Cobra can take an opponent's monster. And then it says, send this card to the graveyard, destroy the equipped monster, and summon 2 Graydle monsters with different names from the deck. But they are destroyed during the end phase. 90% of the time, it won't matter, because Graydle Split, you're supposed to get Graydle Dragon out, or something similar. If you use Graydle Split on a Cobra, and then summon a Cobra, take 2 of your opponent's monsters, one the moment you destroy the Cobra, and second one will be at the end phase when the second Cobra that you summoned is destroyed. So that's the effect of Graydle Split. It's also very good to just boost up a monster you need at that moment, just to put you over the edge. So, going into the other bases of the deck, I have 3 Pot of Dualities. This deck literally spends very little time special summoning, and especially on your turn. So this deck isn't massively based around special summoning. Pot of Duality is great. The Seal of Orichalcos, all monsters you control gain 500 attack, including monsters that you take from your opponent. So if your opponent gets like a large portion of powerful monsters, or if they're trying to swarm you, Seal of Orichalcos flips that around. So if they're like, oh, you have a field of 2,500 monsters, moment they show on your monsters, you now have a 3,000 to their 2,500. They can't do shit. Without Seal, then that means that they just destroyed their own monster and just keep going. I have a lot of negate cards. I have 3 breakthrough skills, 3 dark bribes, so we're protected against spell traps and monster effects. You usually get at least 1 of each in my hands. That's usually what I get. Jar of Avarice is for recycling spells and traps because I have other cards for the monsters. Onto the final Graydle specific support. It is a continuous trap. It is Graydle Parasite. Its effect is you can only use one of these. You can only use each of these, my bad. You can only use each of these effects once per turn. Pretty much if your opponent attacks you directly and you have no monsters, special summon Graydle in attack position from your deck. If you attack your opponent with a Graydle monster directly and they have no monsters, special summon one of their monsters from their graveyard on their field. Now, the reason you want to do this, you have 1,500. You can't kill them this turn. Summon whatever they have in the graveyard, 4,000. Destroy it. You're going to take some damage. And then you instantly, after it's destroyed, take that monster. And since it's during the battle phase that this effect happens, you can then attack them with that monster. So, that's the way of using that. Solemn Warning is to protect you from shenanigans, combos. It is a good combo stopper. Onto the other... There's only 4 ways to special summon in this deck. 4 cards total. So these cards are Surface, just because it's good to get like an extra one out. You know, if I have a full hand and I want to take an opponent's monster and I really don't want to, use his effect, Surface, special summon Alligator, Impact, boom. Salvage, again, that's for recycling the monsters. Jar of Avarice works on spells and traps. Salvage works on the monsters. I don't have to worry about Slime, because Slime can special summon itself from the graveyard. So, Regeki, I don't like using Regeki, but sometimes you just need it. Mage Power. In this deck, believe it or not, you're going to usually have full back row, because Graydles become equipped monsters on your side of the field when their effects activate. Put this together right, you can get an opponent's monster with 3,500 plus to its attack, because you have Mage Power, Seal of Orichalcos, and Split. I haven't gotten that yet, but it would be a real nice combo. Blastsphere, you can interchange Blastsphere with anything else. This is just a card I placed in because it's a really good burn card. Your opponent attacks this card. It's then instantly equipped to their card. And then during their next standby phase, it destroys their card. To the card it's equipped to's attack to your opponent. So usually your opponent has big beefy monster. You don't have Graydles, which will take their card. Blastsphere, oh shit, you just activated my Blastsphere. and you inflict massive damage. Mother Grizzly is a more defensive card because set it, it's destroyed. Oh look, you just got me Graydle. Onto the only extra deck you can add. There's probably a shit ton more extra deck I can add. Graydle Dragon, which only needs Slime and one other Graydle. Its effect is pretty much when it's summoned, you can target 2, because you're only going to ever use 2 water monsters to summon it. Target 2 cards your opponent controls, destroy them. And if this card is destroyed, special summon one other Graydle monster. If you get 2 of these guys in the graveyard, it will recycle. Of course, you can only activate these effects once per turn. So you can't, it's not overpowered to the point where it's like, you can never get rid of Dragon, but it's like, you got rid of Dragon, and I summoned another Dragon. And then, like, end of turn, next turn you destroy that Dragon, I get another Dragon. And it's pretty good. So that's the Graydle Aqua base deck. This one actually worked better than I expected. It has all the support cards, and a lot of negate cards. But, anyway, let's get on to the next deck. The next deck is far more experimental. And I mean far more experimental. It is Toon Graydles. And you might be like, why the hell would you go for Toon? Because Toon cards, I've gotten a lot of support, and their support is pretty good. So let's go with the starting. I tried to have Toon World, but Toon World just kept pissing me off. Because it was like, I get Toon World on the field, and they're like, destroy it. And I'm like, god damn it. It's easy. It's faster to get out Toon Kingdom than Toon World. Because I now have more terraforming. So, anyway, let's just go into this. Toon Kingdom, when it's activated, banish 3 cards. It becomes Toon World. Your opponent cannot target Toon monsters. You control card effects. And if a Toon monster is destroyed by battle card position, banish 1 card face down from your deck. Top of your deck. Pretty much it protects my Toon monsters, which I'll get onto why. That's amazing later. And it's a Toon World. So that's good. The only drawback is I have to banish the top 3 cards of my deck. Which, if the top 3 cards are like really good cards, it can really piss me off. Toon table contents, because who doesn't want to get Toon monsters or Toon spell traps? I kind of wish that all the Toon cards that it was Toon Comican and Toon Mimicat. That would be fucking broken and amazing, and I would never stop playing this deck. So 3 of those. 3 Toon Cyber Dragons, because why not? Alright, they're Cyber Dragons except Toon. They're good. Special summoning, and they have good attack. And of course, the best attack, we have Toon Goblin Attack Force. 2300, and if it attacks, switch defense position. Yeah. Those are actually the only Toon monsters I have. 2 alligators, 2 eagles, and 2 cobra Graydles. I don't want to have 3 because that would clog up this deck a bit. Now I have a little bit less Toons than I want. Now, back on to Toon Kingdom. Remember how it says that cards can't be targeted or destroyed by card effects that are Toon? Comic Hand. If you have a Toon World, Toon Kingdom becomes Toon World. Equip to an opponent's monster, take control of it, and it is treated as a Toon. If your opponent controls no Toon monsters, it can attack your opponent directly. I can target any monster my opponent controls, equip this to that. Now, that monster can't be targeted or destroyed by card effects, and can attack my opponent directly. Yes. You heard that right. Is that not amazing? Right? Shadow Toon. I have 2 Comcans, by the way. 2 Shadow Toons. Shadow Toons pretty much target 1 monster my opponent controls, and they take damage to its attack. I can only activate once per turn. That's alright. Mimic Cat. I don't see why this isn't banned or limited or anything. Probably because it does require a bit of, run up to get it working. Mimic Cat says if you control Toon World and a Toon monster, so you require Toon monster as well, target 1 card in your opponent's graveyard. Right? Listen to this. Just listen to this. Target 1 card in your opponent's graveyard. If it is a monster, special summon it on your side of the field. or if it's a spell or trap, set it on your side of the field. Think about that. You can only activate it once per turn. But think about that. Think about it. This doesn't stay on the field like an equip card or anything. This is just, boom, one of your spells in your graveyard are now mine. Or boom, one of your monsters in your graveyard are now mine. That's pretty evil and overpowered. It's a broken card. 3 Paw Dualities, 2 MSTs, 2 Breakthrough Skills and Dark Bribes, because this deck needed a little bit more monsters than the original Graydle. 2 Storming Mirror Forces. Why Storming Mirror Forces, you might ask? Well, if I'm going against Shadows or something like that, it's much more, it's easier to hit them harder with Storming Mirror Force than a regular Mirror Force. And with stuff like Beals that can't be destroyed by Mirror Force, you know, it fucks them up. Which doesn't matter, because I have fucking Graydle and Comic Hand. Really. Magic Reflector allows me to protect Toon Kingdom from destruction. 2 Terraforming, because now I have 5 Searchers for Kingdom. And Toon Mask, because usually if I don't have a Toon Monster, if I have that, activate it, and I can get a Toon Monster. So that has been the Toon Graydle deck and the Graydle deck, and that will be the end of this video. This is just me going over the deck profiles of the Graydle decks, and my next video will be battle testing. So I will see you then. This has been Nickredace, and I'll see you in the next video. Nickredace out!
With nothing useful to say, I don't want to listen to it. Feeling the deep with the pain, I'm slowly sinking to it. Consider questionable things to try to get me through it. I've tried to push it away.